Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litza and this is Coco, and she is looking for her apple because she knows it's time for a video and time for her to have a treat. So I will just get it for her now so that she can have a little munch on it. Here she goes. Honestly, this dog cannot get enough of her treats. I'm just going to pop her down on the floor now so she can enjoy her treat. There you go. Good girl. The reason why I've come on, I know it's fairly late here in Sydney, Australia, but I've had a great idea and I couldn't wait to share it with all of you and hear what your thoughts are. I would like to invite you all to come along on a crochet along for 2023 with me. I would like it to be a lapghan, and I'm going to call it our Christmas in July 2023 crochet along. And the reason being is this. I was thinking we have spent so much time, not only the whole year, but the last few weeks and the last few months building our, collection of gifts that we're going to give to our family and friends. And we will all have, I believe, quite a bit of yarn left over. Now, that yarn was used with so much love to make something for all our loved ones, that why don't we give that kindness and love back to ourselves and create a beautiful project, a lapghan, that we can have on ourselves to keep us warm and cozy and cuddly. And sometimes, when you look through all the different yarns, you might remember, oh, I used that to make that project, for example, a jumper for my partner, or a beautiful blanket for my grandchild, or, a cardigan for my best friend, or whatever the project may have been that you were using the yarn for. And that way we can extend that love to ourselves. So I'm hoping that you're all going to be as excited as I am and want to come along with me for this journey for the first 6 months of next year. And this is how I'm hoping, that it'll work. We can tweak it if we need to, but these are my initial thoughts, and I just wanted to get them out there and see what you all think. So, as I said, we use all our leftover yarn. So just start collecting them all. Get a nice basket or a box or a bag, whatever you want to pop them all in, and get prepared. Get all the different colors that you can or that you have left over. And then we can make a lapghan for ourselves. Now, I did look up, I Googled what size is a lapghan. It does vary slightly, but I think the most common size is 36 by 48 inches or 92 by 122 centimeters. Now, your choice as to what style of blanket you create. I've got some examples for you. Ripple, granny ripple. Sorry, my hair's making me quite warm this evening. Granny stitch, the long one, or any type of stitch that you like, the drunken granny, for example. One of my absolute faves, the V-stitch. Then some might want to do a corner to corner. So when we get halfway through, you can start decreasing. Or even a stitch sampler, which is something that I'm considering possibly doing. I was going towards granny ripple initially, and as I was thinking about it, I thought, oh my goodness, maybe I'll do something like a stitch sampler, or I might even land on V-stitch. I'm not 100% sure yet, but the beauty of it is we have a couple of weeks to think about it, because I'm proposing to get it started on, let me just get my glasses on, because I have made a little timeline for us. So if we start on the 7th of January, and every fortnight, and I'll tell you how it's going to work, we add to our blanket, we should be able to finish it in time for the beginning of July, so that we can have a Christmas in July gift for ourselves. So this is how I was thinking of actually putting it together. I've got this beautiful, beautiful calendar for next year, showcasing my home city, Sydney, Australia. So I thought I'd go through each month. But because we want to get through the whole calendar, the whole year in 6 months, what we'll do is every fortnight we'll go into a month. So for example, let's say that, you know, we were using this as our first, which obviously it isn't, it's the cover, but let's say we're looking at this one. What I would do is I would say, okay, I've got a little basket or a bowl of some sort, and I would get all the different colors that we can see in there, like the yellow, the blue, the green, the purple, as for examples, and I would put all the different colors that we've seen there and choose 4. So I'd pick 4 out of there, and then depending on what your color palette is, or you might want to vary it up as you go. So you might have all fluoros or brights or pastels, or, you know, a combination of all of the above. You might have some variegated or striping yarn that you want to use in the combination as well, you know, as your blanket grows. And then you will have that choice to use, you know, whichever shade or palette that you want to use. Of, let's say it was a blue, you know, you might want to go with the style that you're using. And then you would add, for each color that we choose, 2 rows. So each fortnight you would get 8 rows done, which I think is very doable because it's not a huge blanket. I think on average, depending on the size of yarn you're using, and obviously your gauge. I did try to do a little rough table for us, and I thought, I was thinking if you're using a DK or an 8 ply weight yarn, you would have to chain approximately 130 to 150 chains. 10 to 12 ply yarn, which I believe is worsted, maybe 120 to 140 chains. And if you're going with a bulkier yarn, 100 to 120 chains. And you know, your hook size would also vary. I was thinking 5, 6, 7 or 8, depending on the size of, you know, yarn weight you're using. And then I was thinking, if we do manage to do the 4 colors per fortnight, which every fortnight is a month, and we do 2 rows of each color, which is 8 rows, then we would have in 6 months, I beg your pardon, 96 rows. So that would be a good size lapghan, you know, just for yourself. Like I said, this is a cuddly, cozy lapghan just for ourselves. And we might be able to sneak in a little fur baby, or, you know, as well, but definitely something that we're a project for our very own. So I will give you more detail, obviously, about this. As you can see, I'm very excited about it, and I couldn't wait to get on and, you know, let you know what's in my head right now, what I'm thinking, what I'm hoping that we can do together, because I think it would be amazing to go on, you know, this little journey together for next year, our little crochet along for 2023. And you know, like, we can all talk about it more in detail. Let me know what your thoughts are, and a great way they'll be able to share it. I was thinking, because I know with YouTube we can't really send photos, and you know, some might want to email, which I'm very happy to, you know, use that way to showcase your work. But now that my daughter and her girlfriend has set me up on Instagram on Coco's Crochet, well, that'll be a great avenue for us to use for all of us to showcase our work and share what we're, you know, the different types of blankets we're creating and the different colors that we're using, the color palettes that we're using. So, you know, that was some way that I was thinking, well, how are we going to share each other's work? And I thought that'll be the best way to do it. And the other exciting thing that I wanted to share with you, when I remembered that I had this calendar, you know, in my home waiting to be put up for next year, I knew that I had purchased a few more than just one, because I'd use them for some little, for happy mail. And I did discover, because I wasn't sure how many I had, that I do actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extras, which I'm more than happy to, you know, pass on to whoever would like one. But the only constriction is this, and I do apologize for all my yarny friends across the world, because of the time of the year that we're at and because of the way postage is, and I would like for the people who receive these to get them before we start. I am going to limit just this time, this you know, little giveaway just to the people that live here in Australia. So I apologize to everyone around the world. You know, I love you equally, but I just thought, because of the constrictions of the time and the postage, I'm just going to keep it to my Australian yarny friends this time round. So the first 5 to email me, and my email will be in the description box down below. It's yours. I will pop it in the post. Please try to get to me maybe before the end of the week. It's Tuesday now, maybe by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the very latest, or the first 5 that get to me, email me, I'll pop them in the mail straight away so that you'll have them hopefully for the start of the crochet along. So that's that. And please rest assured, everybody else, I will be showing the photo of each month, for quite a while. You'll also be able to pause on it, and I will definitely be doing the color draw, together so we can all see it at the same time. And I'm just hoping that you're all going to be as excited as me about this and that we can do it together. And I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this in the comments down below. I just wish we could start now, but we've got to get through this time of the year first. And, Christmas is fast approaching, and it's just so exciting for all of us. As I said in my previous video, just take this time to actually, step back a little bit and enjoy everything that's going on as well. All the get-togethers, all the food, all the crocheting, all the everything. Just enjoy it all, because sometimes we get so caught up in the rush of life that we don't have time to enjoy it. And we are actually making memories as we go every single day. So let's make the most of every single moment. And along the way, always remember to lead with kindness, and always make sure that you give that kindness to yourself. Now, Coco and I will get ready for our next part of our evening, which for me is having that shower, making that cup of tea, getting my crochet hook in my hand, and continuing with our project. But please, please consider joining us with this crochet along. I think it would be so much fun, and it would be just another way for us to connect and, go along this journey once again together. Like I always say, it's not just about me, we're in this together. So on that note, have a good night or a good morning whenever you see this video, and I hope to hear from all of you soon. Good night, everybody. Good morning, and take care. Bye bye. See you next time.